Plaintiff Janice Thorcell says the defendant was a hairstylist to the stars, and he was so good at doing hair that she would travel up to 3.5 hours to get her hair done by him. Janice claims after the defendant's home and salon burned down, she gave him a loan to get back on his feet, but she has yet to be repaid. Defendant Tom Martin says he's done hair for many celebrities, including Gladys Knight and Joan Rivers. Tom believes he's only in court because he met a beautiful woman on a plane and married her 2 weeks later. And he insists Janice is suing for more than he owes.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, initially I met the fabulous Mr. Tom, hairstylist to the stars, in 2009. And he became my hairstylist at that point in time. A friend of mine referred me to him because he had such a great reputation, and it definitely held up. I would travel 3.5 hours to go see him and have my hair styled. And during that time—
How often?
About once every 3 months.
Okay.
And
you didn't get your hair done every week?
No.
Every month?
No, I mean, that was too far to go. And
okay, so, I was just curious.
Otherwise, I do it myself.
I don't know. Do most women get their hair done every week or every 2 weeks?
Most of my friends actually pretty much do their own hair, but then when it comes time to cut and color, then that's when they'll go.
All right. Just curious. Most black women get their hair done every week.
Oh.
So that's why I was asking, but we'll move right along.
All right. Okay. Well, anyway, any appointment that I ever went to was just a lot of fun. Tom was a lot of fun. He was engaging. He always poured wine for everyone. There might be 4 or 5 women there at the same time. He'd be doing everybody's hair, telling stories, and it was just a fun time.
Good. Let me get a little background from you.
Well, I don't think I'd be in business, Your Honor, if they came every 3 months.
Right.
I need as many ladies every month.
That's what I
mean, everybody's different, though, Your Honor.
All right, but on average, every month or every 2 weeks?
Between 3 to 5 weeks.
Okay, because I'm trying to cut down on some of this money for my wife. I'll just be honest. That's what I'm trying to do. She goes every week and got me believing that all black women go every week.
Color shortened.
Let me see some hands up. All black women that go every week. Let me see your hands. Oh, I'm cutting her money down. That's over. Every 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Well, that's what she'll be doing from now on. Go ahead, 2 weeks. How much? $100 a shot? That's $200 a month for hair. Write that down in case I forget. We're going to stop this every week stuff.
Or more.
All right, or more. How much you charge? Probably a little
2 to 3.
200 to 300. All right.
I mean, for black women's hair, but
because it's different texture,
it's a little bit more intense.
Yeah, I know. You know, run your fingers through it, you know. No, I'm just having fun here, y'all. There are differences. I wanted to know the difference so I can know how much money I can save. All right. Now I know. About $200 a month.
Plaintiff Janice Thorcell is suing her former hairstylist, who believes he's only in court because Janice is jealous that he met a beautiful woman on a plane and married her 2 weeks later.
So you tell me about your reputation.
Well, Your Honor, I don't think we'd be here today if it wasn't that I met a beautiful lady on the plane and brought her back and married her in 2 weeks. I have a rapport with my clients that I am friendly, outgoing. I help them as much as they help me. I have done many, many movie stars, Gladys Knight, Diane Carroll, Joan Rivers, Mitzi Gaynor, Ginger Rogers. I could go on for another hour. You don't have enough time. But I had a famous producer categorize my name as the fabulous Mr. Tom, so it's kind of, you know, obnoxious, but it is a fun title. And
where did you learn your craft?
I trained with Leslie Blanchard of New York and Kenneth of New York.
Gotcha.
And I was to do Jacqueline Kennedy's hair, and that's why I was trained to do that.
Okay.
So I ended up doing the Kennedy family and all of them.
And you've been her hairdresser, and what was it like being her hairdresser?
She's a wonderful lady.
Okay. All right, until this, obviously. Tell me about the breach of contract you're suing him for.
Well, prior to my going to him as a hairstylist, he had a salon and basically an estate or mansion where he lived, had different activities and events that he hosted, always threw once a year a huge party, and I was able to see pictures of that during the time I went to him. And unfortunately, 2 years prior, the whole thing burned down, except for there was a very small section of salon that remained standing. And after I moved to Medford, I opened a business there, and then I got to know him and his family, and then he introduced me to friends, and I was able to actually see the property. He moved a single-wide mobile home on it. After 2 years, he finally wanted to go back. It was too devastating for him to look at. And I just saw everything as it was. It was just this huge mansion that was turned into rubble. And he was trying to start over. He was really depressed. And I thought that we had become friends, which we had. And winter was coming, and I wanted to help him out. He needed to buy some trusses and some roofing materials. And so I offered to loan him the money, since his court case was supposed to be heard for the insurance settlement in 6 weeks. And
what was the agreement on repayment?
I had a promissory note signed.
Let's see it, please.
Okay. He didn't go to court as planned. They delayed it, which they have continued to do. And so in December, I loaned him the money in October, and in December, I had him sign the promissory note with the intention that he was to be going to court once again, and that by April 1st of 2011.
So what has happened since that time regarding repayment?
Basically, there's been one payment of $125.
And that was when?
That was in June 8th of 2011, and then I also had deducted in May of 2010 some hair appointments that he had done for me. It was $265. I actually have, if you want a breakdown here, I have that as well.
Sorry, let me hear from you. I have a document here saying that you agreed to pay $3,000 back, and she says you haven't.
Your Honor, well, first of all, the amount is correct, but the payments of I think there's 2 payments of hair on there.
Total hair services of $265.
Right. Okay. I think that's really wrong. I think there's 18 sessions of $100 a piece, and that's pretty generous of $100 per time. I have $1,800. That's 18. A big difference. $265, she says. $1,800, you say. Well, I have.
Let's see it, please.
An itemized.
Well, that looks like this is your printout, as this is hers. How am I to know who's telling the truth here?
Your Honor, I actually had the $265 until May of 2010. And then in May, I opened a bakery, and I was working 7 days a week, working 12 to 18 hours a day. I didn't have time to go get my hair done. So, I mean, he has no documentation showing that I ever did that. And if there was no...
18 times over the course of how long, sir?
Over 18 months.
The woman only went every 3 months.
No.
Yeah, and there was, I mean, he has absolutely no proof.
You didn't contest that. When the woman said that, you didn't contest it. She said, I'll go every 3 months. You didn't say, nope, not true. She comes every month.
Well, she did come every month when she moved to town.
Plaintiff Janice Thorsell is suing her former hairstylist, who believes he's only in court because Janice is jealous that he met a beautiful woman on a plane and married her 2 weeks later.
Do you have receipts? Something to say, I did your hair in exchange for $100 off the loan that I owe you. Because otherwise, this is all I can go with, what is in writing. And what I believe you should have contested. She led off her testimony saying every 3 months, you knew that you were going to say every month.
Your
So
Honor,
you should have said it then.
didn't
Yes.
I say there are very few women that have it done?
No, we were talking about her specifically.
My wife was there when she came in. It was way more than 3 months.
All right, come on up and lie on your husband. I mean, that's what she'd have to do if she doesn't say the same thing. So you know she's gonna say the same thing. She's a wife. So how can I give her a whole lot of credibility, sir? She's gonna
Okay.
say what you expect her to say. All I can go with is the document and any receipts that might demonstrate that payments were made. In this case, she's admitting that she received in exchange for the loan $265. So that's what I'm going to have to go with, sir. You say it was $1,800.
Over 18 months, Your Honor.
Sir, if someone leads off telling something that you know to be untrue, you would interrupt, or you would at least, when I gave you your chance to talk, that would have been one of the first things you said. That's the time you would have said, well, no, Your Honor, I know she said every 3 months, but she came every month. You didn't say that, sir. So I'm going to have to grant her judgment because she has given me the basic evidence that you all had an agreement. You cannot show me that you paid toward that. So I'm left to determine whose testimony I believe. And based on the interchange that I saw earlier, I'm going to conclude that I believe her testimony. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day in the amount requested.
Different town now, so probably that will change everything, but I don't have any ill will against him. I mean, I just did this because I just wanted it to come to an end, and I hope he feels the same way. I think he's a great guy.
I don't have any animosity towards Jan. I think we're still friends, I guess.
I hope so.
Good.